If you're trying to grow on TikTok, but it's just not clicking, your views are stuck, the followers aren't coming in, and you're probably wondering just what the hell is going wrong, this video is going to clear that up. By the end, you'll finally understand why your account isn't growing and exactly what you need to do to start building real momentum this week. And no, you don't need to post 3 to 5 times per day, spend hours engaging from the bottom up, swiping keywords off the screen, or trying to do any other SEO hack. The gurus on TikTok tell you that you need to do these things because they want you to keep watching them. And once you watch this video, you'll realize it's actually pretty simple. There is one thing that matters over everything else on TikTok, and it has to do with consistency. But before you check out, because everyone's telling you need to be consistent on the platform, consistency is important, but not in the way that you think. You need to build a track record with TikTok and show that every single time that you post a video that it's going to get views and it's going to get engagement and that TikTok should be pushing it in the algorithm. And doing that requires consistency, but not consistency of showing up every day. It requires consistency of the topic that you're talking about in your account. If you are talking about a lot of things, you are going to confuse the algorithm and you're never going to get that traction. You're never going to build that track record. And so if you're listening to this, you might be thinking,
okay, so I need to niche down.
But the problem is everything that you know about niching down is wrong. Instead of thinking about a niche, like the big topic that you talk about and then going down to a subtopic of a subtopic of a subtopic, what you need to do in order to get categorized by TikTok is focus on what I call the one viewer model. You need to figure out exactly who it is that you talk to in your videos, and you need to talk to them in every single video. And then the algorithm is going to go find that person and every single person that is similar to that person and show them your videos. And when they see your videos, they're going to be like,
oh my gosh, this is for me. This person is in my head understanding exactly what I'm thinking, what I'm worried about, what I'm trying to achieve.
That's how you get the big views and start getting the crazy growth. So in order to start using this one viewer model and categorizing your account, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. Who, what, and how? Who is my one viewer that I want to help with my content? What specific problem are they struggling with right now? And how am I going to help them solve that problem? If you answer those 3 questions and you talk to that one viewer in every single one of your videos, you're going to get categorized and the views are going to come. It's going to be inevitable. But you need to make sure after you figure it out that you optimize your profile for that one person too. Because a lot of times people get into the situation where they finally start getting views and then they go,
why am I not getting followers? What am I doing wrong? How come I'm getting 10,000 views on every video and I still have 800 followers?
And the reason is because after they see one of your videos, after they discover you, they're going to go to your profile. And if it's not immediately obvious what your account is about and who you're helping and how you're helping them, they don't have a reason to follow you. But if you use these 3 questions to optimize your bio, then you are going to start getting followers like crazy. Now, if you want to grow your following faster and you want to start making money from TikTok, you should grab my 30-day free training that's in the description. I'm going to send you one tip to focus on every single day delivered to your inbox. That way you can get there faster. And one of these ideas that I'll talk about when it comes to getting categorized is that it's not just about posting consistently on that exact topic. You need to leverage every single tool that you have at your disposal to send signals to the algorithm so they can figure out what your account's about and who to show your content to. And a very simple way to do that is using the right hashtag strategy. Now, I don't want you to overthink your hashtags because TikTok is actually going to tell you exactly what hashtags to use. And if you're watching this right now and you're thinking,
oh, but my favorite person that I follow, they don't even use hashtags.
Well, the reason for that is because eventually, once you're established, hashtags don't matter. But right now, when you're stuck, you want to use them because it's just another tool to help you get results faster. So for this walkthrough, I'm just going to type in grow on TikTok because that's what my niche is. And then you're going to scroll all the way to the right until you see hashtags. This is going to show you all of the relevant hashtags that you should be using based on TikTok saying like, this is what is working for the best videos on your topic. All I want you to do is avoid the hashtags that have like millions of posts on them because it's going to be really hard for you to stand out. I want you to focus on finding ones that are between like 10,000 and 100,000 uses. Choose 3 to 5 of them that are relevant to your video, and then you're good to go. Don't overthink this. And please stop using hashtag FYP and hashtag viral because that is doing nothing for you. Now, I want you to commit to posting for 100 days using this one viewer model. And I don't even want you to worry about if your videos flop. I just want you to do it and focus on what actually works and then start studying those things, start doubling down on that. And I'm going to make this easier on you because the hardest part of committing to 100 days is not the actual posting and creating the content, it's the coming up with ideas. But this is only hard because you're trying to come up with the ideas yourself, and you shouldn't do that. If you're watching this video and you're not happy with the results that you're getting yet, it's because you don't actually know what works. And so coming up with your own ideas is the dumbest thing that you could do. Because if you want to be successful on TikTok or any social media platform, it's all about pattern recognition. If you're paying attention and you're not just scrolling mindlessly, but you're scrolling with a purpose, you are going to start seeing patterns. You're going to see what's working and how everybody that's having success is doing the same kind of things. And so when you're posting your 100 videos, I don't want you to just make stuff up. I want you to use proven ideas as much as possible. I want you to find winning hooks, and I want you to use those for your own video ideas. And I'm going to give you 2 ways to get these proven hooks. The first one is you can actually grab my proven hook swipe file down in the description, just download it, it's free, and you can start using those. There's even a little video guide that's going to show you the best way to use it. But the easier way is that you're going to curate your For You feed. That way the TikTok algorithm will only show you the best content that's already working in your niche. And when you do this, all you have to do is take your phone, open the app, and just start scrolling, and every single video is going to be a banger video. You're going to be able to take those hooks and just repurpose them for your own content. I would literally just create a collection that's called hooks, and I would start saving videos into that. And the way you set this up is super easy. You just need to pull up your For You feed, scroll through it, and anytime you see a video that is related to the topic of your account, you need to watch that video, you need to engage with it, and just show that you're interested in that type of content. And then anything that is not related, you need to click on it and say, I'm not interested in this, okay? And if you do that for 5, 10, 15 minutes, close your app and open it back up, your For You feed is already now your most powerful content research tool. And every single video that it shows you is going to be related to your content, and they're going to be really incredibly successful videos, because TikTok is only going to show you the best content because it wants you to stay on the platform. And now that it knows what you're interested in, it's going to show you those kind of videos only. Now, for this to work, you can't be doing a bunch of personal mindless scrolling on your account. If you want to do that, set up another profile on your account. That can be your mindless in the evening, just entertainment account, and use this one for business. Use this one for content creation only. Once you have that done, you have an endless supply of winning hooks that you can use. And doing your 100 posts that you're committing to over the next 100 days should be fairly easy to do. But once people start getting this right, where they screw up is that they think it's enough to just post those ideas, and they're not seeing what else is happening in those viral videos. Because it's not enough to just have a great idea and post that video, and even if it's full of super valuable information, if you're not packaging your content correctly, it's not going to get the views that it deserves. And a lot of times when I talk to coaches and creators that are giving a ton of value, and they're talking to that one person and helping them with their problem and showing them how to solve that problem in their content, and it's packed with value, they might still not get the views because of that packaging. And what that means is they're not doing it in a way that is going to get people to actually stop scrolling and watch the video. And so if you have a great video, but nobody's stopping and nobody's watching it, then it's not going to get pushed. And if they are stopping and they are watching, but they're not watching the whole way through because you're not keeping them engaged and you don't have that viewer retention, then you're still not going to get the views. We have to stop the scroll, we have to hook them, and we need to get them to watch all the way through. And this doesn't have to be difficult. I'm going to share with you some very simple things that you can do to package your content better, to guarantee that you're going to stop the scroll, you're going to get more watch time, and you're going to get more views and followers from it. So the very first thing is super easy to do. You need to start putting text on the screen. And in particular, you need to have some sort of text-based title at the top of the video. So when you're recording your video and you're on the screen and your face is usually around like 2/3 up, there's going to be a little room above your head that you need to put text on the screen. And the reason for this is because when people are scrolling, they need to figure out what your video is about and decide whether they want to watch it as quickly as possible. And you might be using great hooks, but they might not have their sound on, or they might not be hanging around long enough to actually hear what you're saying. You have to win in that first 3 seconds, and really you need to win instantaneously. And by putting text on the screen, you're giving our brain the ability to just figure out what the video it is immediately, because our brain can process text when we're reading faster than what we hear. And so doing something as simple as this is going to get more people to stop and watch your videos, and that's going to give you a bigger chance to get the watch time and to get the views. And so what I do in my videos is I find those proven winning hooks and I use that for my video. That's my verbal hook. And then I take my hook swipe file and I find a different one of those hooks that is relevant to that video, and I use that as my text headline to grab people's attention. The second thing that you should do to package your videos is spend more time on your descriptions. Write long, value-based descriptions for your videos. If you don't have the time on a given day, just whip up whatever description you've been doing and post it just to stay consistent and hit your 100 days of posting. But if you take the time to write longer descriptions, you're going to get more watch time, because what's going to happen, especially if you have like a really good first line that kind of hooks the viewer and they see it on the video, they're going to go read it. People read the comments and they read the descriptions. And if you're adding a lot of value there while they're reading, your video is still playing. You're racking up that watch time, and you're also serving people that maybe consume information in a different way, because some people love listening to videos or watching videos, and some people are more like readers. And so if you're giving value, like extra value in that description, you're going to get better engagement and better views on your video. Now, this doesn't have to be hard. I don't want you to overthink your descriptions. And to make it easier for you, I'm going to give you like 4 objectives that you can use for your descriptions. So every time you sit down to write one of your descriptions, I want you to pick one of these things and just write. And the first thing that you can do is you can just help them solve the problem. You can even be restating the information that's in the video in a different way, but like help them take that next step to solve the problem that they're struggling with. Show that you understand the struggle and that you've been there and you can empathize with them. And that's going to help build trust and get you more followers. The second thing that you can do is you can pre-handle an objection. And this could be like, if you're a business owner, it's you pre-handling an objection that somebody might have to working with you, or it can just be, handling whatever objection or excuse or obstacle that is in the way of that person solving this problem, because there's something that's holding them back. And if you can address that and make them feel better about it or help them overcome that obstacle, then there's a lot of value in that. The third thing you can do is shift a limiting belief. So if there's something in their mind and they think something is a certain way and that's wrong, or you need them to believe something else in order to get the result, then help them have that aha moment. The example that I always use is back in the day when I had an online fitness business. I was helping people and I was teaching them to do strength training for weight loss. And the big thing that I struggled with and I couldn't lose weight was because I thought you had to do cardio. And I hate cardio. Running sucks. I never wanted to run. And because I hated it, I didn't exercise. But what I found out is that strength training and getting stronger was fun, and it took less time, and it actually burned more calories, and it changed the shape of your body faster because you're building muscle. And so there were all of these positives. And so I started in my content and in my ads and things of that nature, I was shifting that belief and just saying like, hey, you can get in shape without doing cardio. You can get in shape without spending hours running or in the gym every single day. You can do 3 workouts of 30 minutes or less and change the shape of your body and get the result that you want faster with weight training. And the fourth thing that you can do is you can actually point to your offer as the next step. So if you are creating content like this to build a business and you're helping people solve a problem in your content, eventually they're going to want more help. And the way that you can help them is by getting them to work with you. And so you can talk about your offer and the things that you provide and how that will help them get the result faster. Your video descriptions are a great place to do that. And the people that really engage with the video, really liked it, and then they go and read that, that's a better way to put a call to action instead of having a call to action to work with you or check the link in your bio or something like that in the video, which for most of the people that aren't there yet, they're just going to swipe past your video. And now you've killed your watch time, you've killed your finish rate, and your video is not going to perform as well. So use the description instead. So those are the 4 things you can do in your description. Pick any one of them. It doesn't matter. Just mix and match them every time you do a video. The last thing that I want you to do to package your content better so that it will be more effective is you have to show your freaking personality, okay? You don't have to be the funniest person in the world. You just have to be you. And so many people screw this up because they're trying to be that guru that they like and they look up to, or they're trying to be this like overly professional person instead of just who they are. And I get it. It is hard to find your voice and to be yourself on camera. And so I'm going to give you 2 ways that are going to make it easier for you to do this. And you just have to choose the one that fits your personality better, because not everything works for everyone. And if I'm being honest, I use both of them. So this particular video, I'm actually using the first strategy that I'm about to share with you. But in other videos, I use the second strategy. So just try both and see what works best for you. So the first way that you can show more personality is just creating less scripted videos. See, I used to think that you have to script everything out, and so I would script everything word for word, and it would be so robotic. But then I would be coaching my clients, and we would do these live calls, and it was really helpful, and it was really engaging, and I found myself getting into this like ranty storytelling energy, and I wanted to bring that to my videos. And so the best way that I found to do that was to basically write out my hook, and then write out the points that I wanted to cover, or the subpoints of each topic that I wanted to cover, and then just go. And so what that means is you just hit record on your phone and you just start talking. And if you mess up, you take a breather, you think about what you want to say next, and then you keep talking again. And then you just edit out the mistakes. This works really well. And because you're doing it more off the cuff, your personality is just going to naturally shine. I mean, look at me. I just talk with my hands constantly. Now, the other way that you can show your personality is by actually scripting every word and spending a lot of time writing it, and then you're just going to read it line by line. Now, one of the reasons this works, even though it's completely opposite of what I just said as the first strategy, is that when you're writing, you can overemphasize your personality. You can really think about the things that you want to say. So when I talk, I say y'all all the time. There's all these like little phrases and ways that I say things. And so when I'm writing, I will say the things out loud, and I will type the way that I'm talking, but I'm able to kind of perfect it while I'm writing that document. And then when I go to do it, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit record, but I'm going to look at my computer screen here, and I'm going to read the line, and then I'm going to say it one line at a time. So I'm going to read, and then I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to pause, I'm going to read, and then I'm going to say it, and then we're going to edit the whole thing up. And when you do that, you're actually using something called jump cutting. There's going to be this like little jump from line to line. It gets rid of all the ums and the ahs and the moments of silence. And that's actually a really good retention strategy in itself and is very common in both TikTok and YouTube videos. But it allows you to record faster and to edit faster, and it allows you to inject personality. Because when you're reading a line, you need to change the inflection of your voice. You need to change the speed of what you're talking. You can talk faster, you can talk slower, you can talk louder, higher pitch, lower pitch, whatever it is that you need to do to emphasize the point that you're making. And you just saw me do it. And so you can read that line and think, what do I need to do here? And then you can say it like theatrically. And when you do that, it adds more personality. It also makes it a lot easier to inject stories, because if you're not a natural storyteller like I am, you're going to see something and go, oh, I could actually add a story here, and you can put a line, you can put what you want to say and make it real concise and make it real powerful. Now, the things that I just taught you is like level 1 of growing on TikTok. But if you want to grow faster and you want to get to 10,000 followers and beyond, then you need to watch this video next. It's going to share all the next level strategies to grow your TikTok account, including the secret strategy that all of the big TikTok accounts that you know are using to fuel 90% of their growth. Check it out.